Hey folks, I got another holster repair. I know it gets a little old. This one's a holster that I haven't done before. I looked and I know I haven't done it before. This holster is for a P-35. P-35, also known as the Browning Hipower. So, I haven't showed one of these. It's a pretty slick holster. It doesn't flip open on the side. Just straight up. Closes. Got the strap on the top. Just a very simple holster. One layer of leather all the way around. Should be pretty simple to make one if you wanted to. Magazine pouch. It does have a lifting strap like a Luger. Oops, chip here. Does have that lifting strap like a Luger, but it's very short. It's much shorter than would have been. All that's wrong with it is this belt loop came detached. So all I'm going to do is sew it back on. Give it a good cleaning and ship her out. This is part of a multiple holster job that I've got from a customer. So I'm going to show this one on its own because I haven't done one before. So I'm going to give it a quick clean with some Connolly's, just because I like to have everything good and clean when I start, especially under the pieces. So I'm going to get that done. The thread on the inside is still pretty light colored, and on the outside it's pretty dark colored. So I'm going to I'm going to dye my thread after I sew. That way the inside can be lighter and the outside can be that darker color. Alright, I'm going to get it clean. I'm not going to show you that. You've seen it before. And then we'll get down to business. Unlike the Luger holsters, there's only one row of stitching on here. There, a little better light maybe. Only one row of stitching. The Luger holsters have two. Yeah, that's not. This is another one I got to get done. So, this is the one that's farthest over. So I am going to need a pair of pliers. That's not going to be long enough. This pair of pliers has, I've dulled down the teeth and I've chamfered everything that was a hard edge so it's not hard and won't cause any damage to the holsters. That's why I just grabbed a cheap, inexpensive pair of pliers. These are Pittsburgh, straight from Harbor Freight. I do have this pair that I use a lot, but I think they might be a little small to get down in there. So, let's go. Let's get her done, eh? There we go. So we're going to bind this down. A lot of times when I'm working down inside a holster like this, I'll put on a headlamp so that I can see better what I'm trying to do. It works pretty well. I don't know where I left it. It's supposed to hang right behind me here. Obviously, I didn't put it back where it belonged. Now if you look, this looks a lot heavier thread than what I've just stitched. I think I'm going to go over everything and try to lay this right on top. And that should make it look a little heavier. We'll see here. Regardless, I have to finish this binding stitch, so. If I could show you how this is down in here to work on, I would. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Broke one of my short needles. See if I can make do with the long one. So I try to flatten out my thread a little bit, and I just cut it off in that flattened area, and always cut it at an angle. It's just easier to get it through the eye. Now I'm not going to be able to finish this with my long needle like I had hoped. So what I'm going to do is break it off. And all you got to do is grab it, give it a good hard bend, and she'll snap right off. Then I'm going to grab some sandpaper. I think this is 320. I'm gonna have to get this out. I need to do this a little quicker. And I've just kind of rounded that tip over so that I don't get hurt with it. That's better. Still had a sharp spot on it. Now this one, I'm going to come out under the belt loop. We'll do the same from the inside. You have to be extremely careful when you're doing that. Because it's easy to dig that needle into the leather and scratch it, and you don't want to do that. I have to assign holsters numbers so I know which one I'm working on. This one is number 1. That's not the way that was supposed to work. Just like that. And then we'll tie a square knot. So I go right over left. And you want to pull it down tight so it's down in that seam. Then we'll go left over right. That's all there is to a square knot, guys. They're not that hard. Notice I did not move my blade. Just pull the thread up against it, and she'll come right apart. And then I can just use an awl. Let's see, I don't know if you can see the knot there. But I can just use an awl and tuck it down. I like this tool. This is just a a modeling tool. I use this mostly for mixing glue. And there we go. I can tap these down. I've got to have something hard to go against. Usually I can get this block in there. There we go. All stitched. I just need to dye it, and it's kind of it's a blackish brown, I wonder. I wonder how this ugly stuff will look. That's just about right. It's wet, it'll dry a little lighter. But if I hold it next to the other thread here, you can see it's a pretty close match. I'll have to do it twice probably. And all you want to do is just kind of lightly hit the thread. You don't really want to get anything on the holster if you can avoid it. Let's move that a little. I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes, and I'll come hit it again, a little more color. Dang it, after I clean up my mess. I hate having open containers on my bench. That's why I have a dye mat down. There we are. It's a pretty close match, all things considered. I could use a little boot polish on there, and that would kind of make it look a little more like the other side, but I don't really want to do that. I might take a little bit of dark brown dye maybe and go over it, because this has kind of got a brownish tint to it. I don't know if you can really tell there. That might just bring it right around. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, but other than that, that's how the stitching is done. You're down inside the holster. I don't know if you'll be able to see down in there, but once you get down in there, it's a little harder to work. So that's it. That's the P-35 holster. All it was a quick restitch on a belt loop. The belt loop itself is fine. I do have another P-08 holster that is going to get new belt loops, so stick around for that one. There you go. I don't know if I'm going to run this with the other whole set of holsters. I was sent 4 of them. I'm only fixing 3 of them. The 4th one is got some condition issues that I'm a little leery to even mess with it, because it's seen better days. And we'll just say it's got some significant cracking in it, and I don't want to wreck the holster altogether. So I'm going to leave that one alone. But this one's done. So I will try to leave links down below for some of the tools and materials that I'm using, and a link to my Amazon store. It'll all be affiliate links. If you need any of that kind of stuff, go fetch it. That being said, y'all stay safe. God bless. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you want to see some more of this. I keep saying I'm getting on that beginning leathercraft series, but that's coming quick. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.